Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Well, hello, Garden City and all our surrounding neighbors. Hello to Westland, Canton, Dearborn Heights. Also, a shout out to Livonia, Redford, Taylor, and Inkster, just to name a few. Welcome to number 741 of the Garden City Community Chat Show. It is Thursday, March 26, 2026. We're so happy you can be with us tonight. We hope you're all safe and doing well. I am your host, Kerry. Also joining me tonight, former Garden City Councilman Mike Jones. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing fine, Kerry.
Awesome. Staying dry, are you?
Staying dry, enjoying the Tiger victory.
Yeah, it was a great victory for sure. Hey, tonight we are happy to promote another local event called Shine the Light on Autism and Acceptance Walk. And tonight we'll be discussing the event with Robert, and I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Drzewicki. He is the Director of Communications and Public Affairs for Westland. So please stay tuned for that. We'll find out much more about that great event. Also, Joe Bartley is back with another installment of Tax Talk with more information for you during this tax season. And then, Mike, you're going to close out the show with some community events and announcements for us. So stay tuned for that. We have a lot to get to tonight. And let me mention real quick, if you're watching us live on Facebook or YouTube, go ahead and post your questions and comments in the comment section. You can find us live right now at facebook.com/GCChat and over on our YouTube channel, just search for the Garden City Community Chat Show. You'll also notice there's a QR code up in the corner there. You can open your camera up and scan that. It takes you right to our YouTube page. So it's very simple, and we'll be showing that throughout the show. You can also email your questions to us at gccommunitychat@gmail.com, and we'll do our best to get those answered for you. Remember, we're here to promote not only our community, but yours as well. And speaking of community, if your community organization or business has any events, announcements, or cancellations that you'd like to get out to our listeners and you would like to be featured on our show, what should they do, Mike?
They should email us, Kerry.
Yep, email the details to us at gccommunitychat@gmail.com, or once again, you can message us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/gcchat. And Mike will be more than happy to pass that information along for you. Remember, you're always welcome to come on the show and promote your community, your business, or organization anytime. We're always looking for guests. We also encourage any local business to check out and join the Garden City Business Alliance. See what great things they can do for you. For more information, head on over to their website at gardencitybusinessalliance.org. Okay, before we introduce our guests, let me mention real quick that the next city council meeting will be Monday, April 6th at 7 p.m. in the council chambers located at 6000 Middle Belt Road. These meetings are a good way for you to get involved and voice any concerns that you may have as well. All right, a quick program note. Mark your calendars for April 23rd when our guest will be State Representative Dylan Wagella. He'll share with us the latest news coming out of Lansing, and also remember any questions he'll answer for you. That's April 23rd. Don't forget, mark your calendars. All right, let's introduce our guest for tonight. He is the Director of Communications and Public Affairs for Westland, Michigan, and he's here to tell us all about the event Shine a Light on Autism. Please welcome Robert Drzewicki to the show. Let's bring him up. Robert, how you doing? Did I mingle your name?
Guys. I am utterly amazed and bemused that you pronounced my name the way I pronounce my name. There's no way to pronounce DRZ in English, right?
Right.
So the old Polish nuns at my grade school called me Mr. Drzewicki. But yeah, Drzewicki is the way me and me pa say it.
Awesome. All right, I feel proud now. I got it right.
You got it right by getting it the American way, I suppose.
Yeah. So why don't you go ahead and tell us what Shine a Light on Autism and Acceptance Walk is and how it got started?
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks for having me on. I'm new to Westland. I just started in December. I come from the fine northern city of Livonia.
Okay.
So just another Western Wayne neighbor. Another one of you guys. Just out doing my best for my neighbors here in Western Wayne County. I love the shout out to all the communities I've been living in and playing in and working in my whole life. So you guys might have gotten a new listener out of this, even if I'm not a good interview.
Oh, great, great.
So a couple of years back, Mayor Coleman, who I think was a councilman at the time, or might have been state rep at the time, and Councilwoman Melissa Sampe got together. Melissa Sampe is a longtime advocate for folks with autism, folks that are on the spectrum, and any folks that have any kind of different abilities in general. And they decided they wanted to show the civic support that we so often need to let folks know that they're part of this community, regardless of sensory issues or any of the other stuff. And it's a big deal for parents too. I know as a parent raising kids, out this way, and they've got different and unique needs, just like anybody else. It can be isolating. So letting you know that there's a whole community behind you is a big deal. So this Saturday, we call it our Shine a Light on Autism acceptance walk and event. Saturday the 25th, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. at Central City Park in Westland. So everybody knows how to get there. We're going to have community resources, some sensory fun for the kids, food trucks, bounce houses, games, all the good stuff. It's free and open to the public. So you don't have to go and buy a wristband or buy tickets or any of the other stuff. Just come on out. We'll do about an hour of fun and chit chatting, and then we're going to do a walk, and then it's just all fun and games for the kids, which is really what it's all about.
That's awesome. Yeah, you answered a lot of my questions right there in that first question.
Sir, I'm a communications director, not a lack of communications director.
That's right. So why is autism acceptance so important, and how does it event help make a difference in the community, do you think?
That's great. Like I said, with being a little isolated, oftentimes as a parent, thinking that you're not surrounded by people all day. Autism is what we call, an invisible disability. Oftentimes, you've probably walked by a million people in your life that are somewhere on that spectrum. The thing we know most about autism now, over the last 10 years, there's just been booms and booms of information coming in. The thing we know now is that spectrum that we refer to is incredibly wide. So everything from touching on things like ADD and ADHD, on OCD, and some other things that we know and we see every day. They're all part of this little kind of beautiful spectrum. As a parent that's been living in this world for a long time, I can easily diagnose anybody as a little bit autistic. It's the ones who don't seem at all autistic that are really the ones that are a bit strange to me. So just letting folks know that this is that every one of your neighbors is somewhere in there, and that we're just all people. And let them know that you can go out and have a good time. You can be maybe a little bit mindful of some of the things that you do, some of the quirks that you have or that your friends or family have.
Yeah. It is a wide range of spectrum. I mean, there's highly functional people with autism. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah, well, and you've got things like savantism that are a part of this too, right? We always hear the story about the kid who can, he can't speak, but man, can he play the piano? Or one thing that people don't realize is like food pickiness. If a kid, only likes to eat certain kinds of food, whether they be crunchy or whether they be soft or gummy or whatever it is, a lot of times that's a sensory issue. So there's somewhere on that spectrum too.
Yeah. It's really something. I mean, that's for sure. So everybody can come out. Anyone can come. Families, individuals, businesses can come out, enjoy it, and support it. Now, how can people support the event? Do you take donations or anything?
So we're not attached to any particular nonprofit. We do have a number of nonprofits that are going to come and help us out.
Okay.
And we'll put that information out on the Facebook event page so that you can know the different organizations that have come out to help us. And then if you do want to go out and support those organizations, we appreciate it. We've got folks from Hygira Health coming out. We've got folks from STEP, Services to Enhance Potential. We've got, I'm not sure if we got anyone from the Autism Alliance this year, but that's a near and dear organization to my heart. But a bunch of organizations that are really helpful to know, especially when you've got those young kids. If you want to get some of those early interventions in, get your kid into, specialized preschools or do some therapies early on, and get them on the right track. So just a great way to come out and find out who's already been doing the work. We shouldn't be recreating the wheel, right? Just like, when I was a young parent, I could ask my parents their opinion on things. I could ask my friends that had kids and see what's going on. Why not go to the folks that have been doing this for a long time?
Right. Awesome. Well, I got a few pictures up here of folks that have been there. There's Melissa and Mayor Coleman.
Yep.
Also, Don Nicholson. He's a big part of it, I would imagine.
I was going to say, you can't do anything in Westland without a Don Nicholson around.
That's right. He's the car cruise guru, we call him. He's been on our show several times.
So I go way back with Don, long before I worked for the city. So years back, I worked for an organization called Community Living Services, which is an organization out of Wayne that supports people with intellectual and developmental disabilities of all kinds. They kind of came out of the state system when they closed down the old asylums and the assisted living programs and things like that. And Don served on one of our boards with me. So I've known him for a long time. He got a kick out of it when he saw me working in Westland.
Yeah, he serves on many, many boards, I know for sure. He's a busy guy. Him and his wife, Gail, both.
Yeah, absolutely. Wonderful people. Great. Any citizens that are going to take time and engage. Obviously, the free press, we're losing more and more of it every day, right? There are fewer and fewer local newspapers. Yeah. And I think what you guys are doing is you're taking the place of some of that, right? We've lost all of these great local newspapers we've had over the years. You've got Don and Gail that are still printing an actual newspaper, like a physical one that you can smell it and feel it. And then this podcasting world has really opened up over the last 5 years. We see a lot of great podcasters. I ran one out of Livonia for a couple of years when I was working there. It's a great way for folks to get information, and it's easy. You can be on your phone or your computer or wherever.
Yeah, it really is. We've been doing it for 16 years, so we really enjoy it. And we like to get, businesses. We like to get leaders, community leaders, events. We'd love to promote anything, really.
Well, so people need that, right? It's something we're sorely missing a lot of times. And I know, as a communications director, it's one of my most important tasks is to get information out to the public. That's what I am tasked with, right? And it used to be a lot easier. You could call one local newspaper and you can get the word out to everybody in town. Now everybody has different ways to get their information. Yeah. Whether they're podcast listeners, whether they're Facebook, readers or whatever. So you got to be able to key into multiple audiences all at once.
Yeah, it's a completely different world out there for sure. So you have the police and fire there. They're always showing up, right?
Absolutely. I mean, Westland's police and fire department are usually the first groups of departments in the city that jump on board with any event, especially these community events that help, their public safety, right? And being able to make sure that kids are safe and happy and secure is their gig. That's what they do, and they jump right in it every year. Two of the biggest financial supporters of this event are our police and fire unions. So we appreciate them for the money to help make it free for the kids, but we also love all the fun that they bring. We usually get a police dog out there, and everybody loves seeing the canine units and that. The fire department always comes out. They'll bring a bounce house and help support. And I like to think there's a little rivalry between the red and the blue to see who can help more, right?
Yeah, we had that here as well. Yeah, our police and fire are great. I mean, they're always showing up to all the events for sure. Now here's some of the crowd. You had a pretty good crowd. This is from last year, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get hundreds of folks out every year for this. This is my first year helping out with it here in Westland, but I've been in this world, right, in this intellectual and developmental disability world for a number of years. So great events like this only happen in great communities because you need a couple of people like Mayor Coleman and Councilman Sampe that are going to be willing to step up and kind of put their names and their work behind it. But then you need them to all, you need leaders, right? And then the other people kind of fall in and make these things happen. And it's shaping up to be an amazing event. And with all the support we've gotten from the sponsors for this, making it free just makes it a lot easier to get folks out.
Yeah, free is a good price. That's
I had suggested we offer free beer, but we might have gotten too many people to that. We want to just kind of keep it isolated to the right ones.
Yeah, really. Yeah, there's some of the bounce houses and games. There's the walk. I would imagine that's the walk, part of the start of the walk. Also, yeah, food trucks. That's always a good thing too. People love food trucks.
Yeah, well, when you get a bunch of people together, especially you got kids of all different ages. I mean, I don't know how many kids you guys have been around, but if they get hungry, they get hangry, and it's going to turn into a bad day for you. So let's make sure they've got something to drink and something to eat, right?
Hey, me too. I get hangry.
I was going to say, most of the grown-ups I know are the same way.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So once again, there's the event, the date, the time. Now, what year is this? Is this the third year?
I think this is the third year we're doing this.
Okay.
And just like, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, and these things tend to start, small. Maybe they start a little bigger when it's started by, I think she was Councilwoman Pro Tem at the time, President Pro Tem at the time, and Mayor Coleman. So maybe it starts with a big giant leap when you've got leaders like that behind it. But really, you just see these things growing over time. It's wonderful to see the community come out and just support this. There were sponsors tripping over each other to come and help us out this year, which is great. So I definitely see this growing into something where next year, when you ask me how can folks support this, we might have something attached to it that we've got a real piece of meat that everybody can go after. But kind of nice having a lot of great nonprofits supporting this, so people can pick and choose what they think is the best and go and help them out.
Right. Well, look, as we wrap it up here, what's the one message you want to leave our listeners with the importance of supporting the event and how even small an action can make a big difference?
Absolutely. So if one thing that everybody should know is this is for everybody. And now everybody I know is someone or at least loves somebody on the autism spectrum. So, let's just assume there might be some people out there who aren't touched, in this way and don't have that connection. You're still connecting the community and you're letting your neighbors know that you care. So if you can get out there, get on out there, show some support. You might get a fun toy or bauble or meet a cool police officer or firefighter or some nice people out there.
Yeah.
If you can't get out there, just go on to the City of Westland administration page, find the event page and share it with your friends. That's always the best way to get it out there. And events like this also happen all the time in the City of Westland. This is a great community where we're able to do things. And I know it's the same way in Garden City. I know it's the same way in Livonia. But communities are made by the groups that come out and do it. Governments don't make communities, people make communities. Yeah. So being able to be out there and find those grassroots organizations that are out there doing something you care about and do the same with them.
Now, if somebody wants to volunteer, I imagine you need volunteers all the time, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
How would they go about doing that?
Well, I mean, it's going to depend on what they're looking to volunteer for. If they want to volunteer for specific city events, they can get in touch with, heck, you know what? They can email me. Email me at communications@cityofwestland.com. And, we're out advertising all these events, so we know when stuff is needed. So if you want to reach out to me and my team, we're happy to put you in touch with whoever's in charge of that particular event and see to it that you have something great to do.
Yeah, perfect. And this is at City Park. This is where the farmers market is, right?
Yep, Central City Park, Tatton Park, all the, are the other communities in Western Wayne County jealous of that park or what?
Oh, it's something else, I'll tell you.
Just top notch. The work they put in, I think that started under Bill Wild a handful of years ago, and it's just grown and boomed. It's an amazing place to go visit.
It really is. And now they got that new park over there on Warren going to be opening pretty soon too.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, gosh, one of the reasons I came out to Westland is there's so much good news to communicate, right? We've got the Nankin Square. We're about to do a ribbon cutting for that coming up early this spring. We're even going to start a concert series there, just so we can get folks out there right next to City Hall. How much fun is that? And hopefully that, what that always does is it boosts those businesses around them, helps them out. You got small businesses. We just did Shop and Dine this December.
Mm-hmm.
You've got some great restaurants to go visit, great stores, retail. You don't have to just shop on Amazon. You can come to a nice spot, have a bite to eat, go buy something down the street, and then go see a show at Nankin Square. It's going to be a great handful of years here that we get to really start boosting this up and making it a reality.
Yeah, it's going to be a really nice venue over there for sure. I know they put a lot of work into it. Well, look, anything that you have coming up and you want to get out to our listeners, send it my way, okay?
Absolutely. Well, I've got your email address now, and now I'm going to be a regular listener. So I used to say long-time listener, first-time caller, but I'm a first-time listener and caller. I feel honored to have been introduced by actually being part of it.
Well, we feel honored to have you, and we appreciate you taking the time to make time for us. And once again, come back anytime, okay?
Absolutely. And one more time for the folks out there in podcast land, that's the Shine a Light on Autism Acceptance Walk and event. That's Saturday, April the 25th from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. at Central City Park. We hope to see you there.
Yeah, you'll see them there. And I'll announce this. Mike's going to announce this at the end of the show again.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, Rob, take care. Have a good night.
Have a good.
All right. Got a lot going on, don't they?
They do.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right. Let's move on here. We're going to get Joe in here now. He's got some good information for you for tax season. So I will bring him up here in 1 second once I get my stuff organized. And then we're going to get Mike in here and close out the show with some community announcements. We got a lot of them. So stand by for Joe.
Look at the calendar. April 15th is almost here. And for most people, that's when they want to have their tax return filed and completed. So if you haven't gotten that done yet, you might want to get on it. Now, here's a few things that I jotted down. Most of them have to do with the big, beautiful bill, just as a reminder to make the process a lot more smoother for you if you have not got your paperwork to your tax preparer or sat down yourself. Now, the first one, of course, is if you're 65 or better, there is the extra $6,000 senior deduction. Now, most of the time, their software is going to take that off for you, so not really a big deal, not a lot to worry about there. The one thing that you do want to worry about is if you purchased a new car, and this seems to hang a lot of people up because there's a lot of false information out there. If you purchase, that is buy, a brand new, in other words, 2025 vehicle in 2025, you do get to deduct the interest that you claimed on that vehicle. Now, of course, it's got to be an American assembled vehicle, which means the VIN number starts with 1, 4, or 5. Now, you can deduct that off. Now, that means no used cars, no leases, no lease buyouts, no certified used, all that kind of stuff. So you want to make sure you have that. You want to make sure you have your VIN number available because that goes right on the return. Okay. Now, the other thing that people seem to forget about is the overtime credit. There is some credit for overtime work. Now, it's for the half portion of time and a half. It is not for double time. It's not for triple time. And it's only for the half portion of the time and a half that you would get for working overtime. Now, it's important for most people to have that last pay stub of 2025 because that's going to lay it out. Some companies put it on the W-2s, some do not. So to make things much, much easier, you want to make sure to have that last pay stub. Now, the credit for the tip credit, That's generally on your W-2. There's a box in there that says what your tips were. The other thing that in the last year of this is a credit for energy efficient home improvements. That is like a new furnace, a new hot water tank, new central air, storm doors, storm windows, insulation, or a new breaker panel box. This is the last year of that credit. So you want to make sure that you have that information to your tax professional as you give them all your other information. Now, the other thing that people ask me is like, I forget what I have to bring in. The easiest and best way for you to figure that out is take last year's return, go through it, and match up what you have. For a good majority of the people, it's going to be about the same items. So just match up what you have last year. Of course, if there's anything additional or anything that you don't have anymore, you're going to figure that out as you go through your return. But get those returns in. The season is getting closer and closer. We're going to talk about in future installments about things like doing an extension or doing a payment plan if you need to. So get ready. Tax season is almost over for the year. Have a good one, everybody.
All right. Thank you, Joe Bartley. Always good information there.
Yeah.
For sure. Want to give a quick some quick shout outs here. We have Connie Robinson's in there. How you doing, Connie? Patty Fix is in there. She says great game. Yep. The
He's talking
Tiger.
about the Tiger game.
Yeah, 8-2. We won. They looked
Yep.
very good.
The rookie had 4 hits.
Oh my gosh. What a find they got there, eh?
Yep.
Annette McNeil's in there. Jerry Thorne is in there. And he is listening off the coast of China, if you can believe that. He's on the Pacific Queen off the coast of China. Wow. Say hi to all the animals, Jerry. Thanks. Mrs. Chat's in there. She says she joined, but late as usual. Yeah, that's nothing new. Let's see. Still waiting on our state refund. Received our federal within a week, and that was 6 weeks ago. Should we be nervous? No, you don't have to be nervous, dear. All right, we're going to move on, and Mike's going to do community events now. So we want you to stand by for that, and we'll get going with that. Here goes Mike.
Well, when you say goodbye,
Hey, it's time for some community announcements. Let's get Mike in here. Mike,
You know
take it.
it's a lie, 'cause that'll be the day when I die.
All right, sounds good. I think you've been practicing.
Oh, yes. Straight
right.
Farmhouse.
Have a
They have
plethora.
a plethora of events.
Yes.
And if you want to do event rentals for the weddings and receptions, baby showers, birthday parties, family gatherings, memorial dinners, business meetings, you can contact them at www.straightfarmhouse.org.
Yeah, they have a lot going on over there. It's a great place. This is coming up.
Lucky Squirrel has set some dates for this year. They are May 16th, July 18th, and September 19th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Vendors can now register anytime online with fast and easy sign up. No paperwork needed. You get a 10 by 10 spots are $25 per event.
Yep.
Thrift Shop has new hours. They're open Mondays. I can't read that. What is that? 8
9 a.m. to 2 every day.
Yeah, 8 to 2. Tuesdays 8 to 2. Wednesdays 8 to 2.
No, 9 to 2.
Okay.
Yeah, that's hard to see. Yeah. They need to make these flyers bigger for us. Like
Yeah,
this.
bigger than Parker. Yeah.
This-
Dennis always has his easy to read.
yes.
Tile and grout hardwood floor upholstery cleaning. Call the carpet cleaner Dennis at 734-299-6496.
Yep, does a good job.
East Masonry, 30 years experience, brickstone and block. Jay Piner is the owner. Contact him at 734-469-9700. 0633.
Yep, warmer weather coming. You're going to be needing him, I bet.
Yeah. Aquatic classes at the Forum Fitness Center.
Mhm.
Monday and Friday, they have water aerobics at 8:30. Tuesday, aqua hit at 8:30 in the a.m. Wednesday, water aerobics at 6:15 p.m. And Thursday, aqua combat at 7:30 p.m.
Yeah, I'd like to know what aqua hit is and aqua combat. That sounds lethal.
Yeah, I'm not sure I want to participate in those. It sounds like I might be in over my head.
Yeah, if
Or
anybody out there listening that does these classes, let us know what those are, okay?
schedule for open play, birthday parties, and field trips are now available. Where is this?
Inspiration Station.
Inspiration
That's right.
Station.
Yep.
Drop in pickleball on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to what is that? 1 p.m.
Yeah.
It's $3 per person.
That's a good deal.
Yeah. Spring Fling Artesian Show on Saturday, March 28th. That's this Saturday from 11 to 5 at the Garden City Radcliffe Center.
Mm-hmm.
Join us now for a Spring Fling Artesian Show.
Yeah, it's for Haven of Love Dog Rescue.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Sports venue fundraiser, Garden City Youth Athletic Association Cougars, March 28th from 12 to 9. Big raffle prizes. I can't read all the fine print on that, but
Yeah.
that's, where's that at?
At the sports venue, a lot of gifts there.
Okay, Westland VFW Bova Post 9885 has adult Easter egg hunts. Adults like to hunt for Easter eggs?
I guess. I don't know what's in the eggs.
Yeah. 28th
Guys.
of March, 6 p.m., $5 per person.
Yeah.
Spring break field trip, 10:30 to 2:30, Monday, March 30th, from April 3rd through March 30th through April 3rd, $25 per week per kid. A hiring fair,
Yeah.
presented by Garden City Hospital, Tuesdays, March 31st from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Same day interviews and offers. Join our team.
Up
Up
to
to $15,000 sign-on bonus.
Wow. Yeah, that's
So
a good.
they're really looking for expanding their personnel there.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Get over there for that.
Easter lunch. Oh yeah, Faye and I just bought tickets for that.
Yeah. At the senior. Thursday, April 3rd, 12 to 2.
Okay, Thursday, April 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're having that. Bunch of us are going there instead of having a Kiwanis meeting that week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, $15 and non-resident 20.
Parents' night out, $20 for child, $10 for sibling. The last one is on April 3rd, Friday, 5:30 p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m., ages 5 to 12. For the kids, there's games, crafts, and pizza. For the adults, there's a chance to get away from the kids.
That's a big deal for the parents, for sure.
Yeah.
Often don't have to worry about them. It's a fun night for the parents.
Yeah. Spring Reefs, April 4th, 2 to 4 p.m. Sign up today at the Garden City Public Library. Easter breakfast.
Yeah.
April 4th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Mhm.
$8 per residence, $12 for non-residents.
Yeah, this is at Radcliffe. In partnership with the Kiwanis of Garden City.
I've heard of them.
Yeah.
Co- Compost resumes on April 6th. Compost must be put out on your regular trash day.
Yep.
Strength and stretch aerobics.
Yep.
April 8th through May 13th from 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. That's on Wednesdays. $3 for residents, $5 for non-residents.
Okay.
Dueling Pianos fundraiser. April 11th. Tickets are $25. The proceeds go to Haven of Dog Rescue.
Yeah. This is I believe this is at the Dearborn Moose. Yeah, Dearborn Heights Moose
Yeah.
on Warren Road.
Mom to Mom sale.
Yep.
April 11th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Admission is $1. You can get in early for $2 and you can stake your claim to the things that really appeal to you
Right.
before the masses arrive at 1 o'clock.
This is at Takes a Village campus over on Maplewood.
Nature Explorers Outdoor Adventures.
That's kind of small.
Tuesdays, Thursdays.
Yep. April 14th and May 19th, 5:30 to 6:15. Thursdays, April 16th and May 21st, 10:30 to 11:15.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is ages 2 to 5 with a parent. 6 weeks, $40 per child.
Okay.
Yeah.
Neighborhood Watch meets on the second Tuesday of every month, 7 o'clock p.m. at the Garden City Police Department.
Mhm.
Next meeting is going to be April 14th. The Detroit Institute of Art trip on Tuesday, April 21st, 12 o'clock to around 4:30. It's $5. There's going to be light snacks and water included. They take care of all the transportation, so it's essentially no cost or inconvenience to you.
The bus pickup would be 12 p.m. at the Ratcliffe Center. That's a good deal. Here is the Shine a Light again.
Yep, shine a light on autism.
Mhm.
Acceptance walk and event on April 25th from 3 to 6 at the Central City Park in Westland.
Yep. All kinds of stuff going on there. So you want to go out and support them.
Yeah.
You can contact Melissa Sampe at 734-637-2078 if you have any questions. This is Annette McNeil's.
Royal Baby Shower on Saturday, May 2nd from 1 to 3.
Yeah, at the historic Metropolitan United Methodist Church, 8000 Woodward in Detroit. They need all kinds of stuff, diapers and baby wash, all kinds of stuff.
Mother's Day Craft Show. Saturday, May 9th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And I can't read most of the rest of that.
Yeah, it's $1 entry, or you can bring a can of food.
Oh,
So that's a good deal.
yeah.
Church?
How about the pantry?
Yep.
You're invited. Spring picnic and open house Friday, May 15th, 4 to 6. A great time is planned. Where's this going to be?
This is at the Pedrican, our last week's guest.
Okay.
Children Center for the Blind Children. Yeah, she talked about this a little bit, that picnic that they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all free or donations, I believe.
Adult Co-ed Kickball League. Okay. Register now. Is it Friday nights from 6:30 to 10:30?
Mm-hmm. 8 games plus playoffs. Okay. That doesn't say a price, so you'll have to.
No.
This is also Pendrican.
Ride for a reason, $25 per person. All bikes are welcome. Ride ends at Motown, Harley, and Taylor. Where does it start?
They start at Cabela's in Dundee, 10 a.m. Wow.
Okay.
It's noon sharp and ends at in Taylor there at Motown Harley Davidson. Yeah, that's a nice little ride there. June 7th.
Autos for Autism, the 25th annual car show will be on Monday, June 15th from 4 to 9 at the Garden City Middle School, 1851 Radcliffe on Airfield Road, just across from Radcliffe Center. Bonnie and the working girls are providing the music.
Yeah, they do a great job over there. Yeah, Mike and myself will be there.
Yep.
Usually the hottest day of the year too.
Yeah. Well, that's better than pouring down rain or whatever.
Yeah. And that's
all you have.
That's all I got.
I get Don Nicholson's marketplace. There's a bunch of stuff in there. All the dates for music in the park.
Yeah.
June 18th, July 16th, August 20th, and the bands that will be playing.
Mm-hmm.
What else have we got?
I'll get those up next week for sure.
Cruise events, Wayne Road Cruise and the Cruise and Hines kickoff are all taking place there. Coming up. What else have we got here?
Make sure you get your marketplace. They have them in Westland and Garden City, so pick them up.
Right.
Don and Gail do a great job on that.
The Ties and Tiara's Daddy-Daughter Dance. Well, that's already taken place.
Yeah, that was already done, I think.
Okay. After school tutoring is available Monday through Fridays.
Mm-hmm, that's free.
Yeah, free at Radcliffe Center.
Yeah. They got a nice grant for that.
Session 1 is from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. and session 2 is from 4 to 6 p.m.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got Derek Parton from DSD Sports Chat joined us. He's in there. Good to see you.
Like that ball game today?
Yeah, great ball.
I don't think the Red Wings are going to make it.
No, it doesn't look good, and doesn't look good for Steve Eiserman either now. I think he's had 7 years. That's enough. I think he's bye-bye.
Could be.
Hate to say it, but not getting nowhere.
Radcliffe Center has an open gym. Now it's a real nice facility.
Yeah.
Since they removed that stage and fixed up the gym.
Yeah.
From 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m.
Now they're going to get batting cages in there too.
Yeah.
They're going to fold up in the ceiling like the basketball nets do. So.
Yep.
Pretty cool. That it?
That's it.
All right. With that said, Mike, you know what time it is.
Time to call this a podcast.
Podcast.
Yes.
A huge thank you to Robert Drzewicki for sharing information about the Shine a Light on Autism event. Once again, it's April 25th, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. at Central City Park in Westland. You go out and show your support, and they would appreciate it. Also, a big thank you to Joe Bartley from J&J Taxes and More. You can get a hold of Joe, contact him through his email, joe@jnjtaxesandmore.com. And there's his phone number, 734-523-8291. Does a great job. And Mike, great job as always. Appreciate it. Stay dry.
Yeah.
Remember,
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, I'm not either. Remember, this show will be available right after we sign off tonight on Facebook. So we hope that you'll catch it at your convenience, especially if you tuned in late. by going to facebook.com/GC Chat. Feel free to share the show with your friends as well. Also catch us over on our YouTube channel. Just search for the Garden City Community Chat Show. Be sure to click on the subscribe button. We would appreciate it. You'll see not only this show, but all our past shows as well. So you can do a community chat marathon.
Yeah, you can binge watch it till the next show comes on.
That's right. That's right.
You're
And
probably
at the end of our shows, Mike and myself like to thank all the healthcare workers,
absolutely.
police and fire, everyone on the front lines who serve and protect us every day. We can't thank you enough. Be safe, and we want you to know that you and your families are in our thoughts and prayers every day. And whenever you see any of these heroes, please let them know how much you appreciate them. Any final thoughts, Mike?
Get vaccinated, especially if you're in Washtenaw County. Measles are really getting an epidemic over there.
Yeah, it's not looking good, that's for sure. Also,
Yeah.
go.
Of course, with that idiot we got in charge of Health and Human Services,
Yeah, I'll tell you. I don't know. People need to, think for themselves, I guess.
yeah.
Also, remember the success of a community depends on the community. So please support your local businesses. And please don't hesitate to vaccinate. Like Mike said, remember, you're not only protecting yourself, but you're protecting others as well. And Mike, if you see something,
Say something.
absolutely. We need to look out for one another out there. So we hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Thanks for listening. If you would like to contact any of us here at the chat for any reason, once again, our email is gccommunitychat@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from our listeners. Let us know how we're doing, what you'd like to see more of, especially if you want to be a guest on the show. We're always looking for guests. If you own a business or you belong to an organization, you want to come on, please contact us. It's free. Doesn't just takes a little bit of your time. That's all. And we're very laid back here. We'd love to have you. Okay, we'll see you next week, April 2nd, with another live episode right here on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for supporting our show every Thursday night. We really appreciate it. Don't forget you can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/GC Chat, and on our YouTube channel, just search for the Garden City Community Chat Show. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, okay? Thanks again for watching. Be safe, stay warm, and we'll see you next week. Good night, Mike.
Good night.
Night, everybody.